Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hoppets. Today, joined by
Brett.
Avanomyces doing the Carnival Share. We just had dinner, and we had some amazing jerk ribs. And we're finishing off dinner with a big ass barrel aged stout, courtesy of our man, Mayman, Nate Ryerson,
My man.
aka Behind the Bar Beer Reviews. He supplied us with a bottle of none other than the famous Perennial bourbon barrel aged Abraxas, the 2020 vintage. For a long time, this was one of my biggest whales. Mm-hmm. But after we started having Abraxas where we felt like they dipped a bit in quality, I didn't have it as high on my list. But people are still saying it's an amazing beer. Yeah. I mean, Mamang was amazing, so I'm taking this. Will also still be really, really good. 14.5% Imperial Stout brewed with ancho, chili peppers, cacao nibs, cinnamon sticks, and aged in bourbon whiskey barrels.
But no vanilla beans.
No vanilla beans.
So, yeah. That's a difference from Ambiente.
Yeah. So pour is a thick black color. Yeah. It looks kind of similar to Mamang, just a little bit lighter in terms of head. Yeah. And the head fizzes away really quickly. I can see you're trying to generate some there, but it was kind of like Coca-Cola when I poured it.
It's like fairly big bubbles. Yeah. You can kind of tell it's barrel aged, I think.
But it's strong beer, it's barrel aged, it's got, chocolate. It smells like Coca-Cola. Sounds like Coca-Cola. Yeah. Fizzy sound, but it looks nice still. So let's check out the Aroma Barrel Aged Abraxas. Oh, it smells really nice. Yeah. It's really fudgy brownie batter chocolate aroma. It's kind of similar to barrel aged Mamang.
Yeah, but with spices.
Yeah, but isn't regular Abraxas also a whole lot weaker in ABV? 12% or something?
Yeah, but they bumped it up again from 10 something to 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the last vintages of Abraxas have been 13%.
I think it's like cinnamon swirl, boozy, bourbony cinnamon, and some sort of cinnamon roll,
caramel swirl, cinnamon.
I'm impressed though. There's not a lot of chili going on the Aroma.
I think there's a bit.
To me, it's like big time bourbon and fudge, even like leather and figs and like a bit of dry dark fruit.
Yeah, but the cinnamon is there.
Yeah. But it's not as like oomph, but it's also aged.
Yeah, but I think it's...
Yeah. I'm getting more bourbon and chocolate.
Yeah, it's mostly bourbon and chocolate, but I would still say definitely there's some spice and...
Yeah. It smells cinnamon. It does.
And there is like a whiff of chili, but it's not huge.
There's a nice bit of like a vanilla fudge kind of thing, or vanilla frosting type thing as well. Yeah. Smells real good. A bit of wafer, almost like Belgian waffles.
Yeah, I see that. Definitely. I was just about to say waffles. Baked waffles.
Smells really good. Yeah. Let's try it. Thanks,
Cheers.
Nate. Oh, that's really good. It's really bourbony. Oh. Huge bourbon flavor. It's not as thick as like say Mamang or Ambiente. It's a bit thinner. Yeah. And a bit more spirity and boozy.
It's definitely not the same base as with Mamang. It is a bit thinner.
It's a lighter base. But really, like it's definitely a cinnamon roll, and like it's got a lot of heft to it.
Yeah, it's really hefty.
Really, also just kind of like Ambiente, which we had. It's very chocolatey.
Yeah, but I think there's maybe a bit more chili to this one than Ambiente.
Especially on the flavor. Maybe not so much on the aroma.
Nope.
A bit of booze.
Yeah.
And not like just like really warming, spirity flavor.
Yeah, soothing.
It's really good. Yeah. It's just not where I'm like, oh shit, this is the best beer I ever had.
No.
Like, and that was what I thought I would think back in the day, but it's still really good barrel aged stout.
But apparently barrel aged Abraxas has dipped quite a bit in quality the last few years. Is when it's gone from like 4.75 down to 4.48. That's quite a fall.
Yeah, in grade
dip. Yeah. So I don't know what happened because we haven't tried the earlier vintages, but they must have been pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But again, the base was also crazy.
I've had it on draft at MBCC, but to be honest, I don't remember too much of it because there's so many beers in that festival. So it's like you don't get to nitpick as much on it, but it's really good. That kind of wafer thing is definitely there. I'm also getting a bit of hazelnut or something.
Yeah. It's, as you say, like vanilla wafer, chocolatey, cinnamon, a bit of like chili spice, but it's not huge.
It's not like really crazy. I will say it really reminds me of the experiences we've had with Abraxas in the last few years. Just done it big, a little bit bigger and in barrels. Yeah. Definitely 100% better. Yeah. Much better. It's just it's just lacking that crazy thick impactfulness that I remember from the beer back in the day. Yeah. When we had it, it's just a little bit thinner and maybe not as layered and rich.
Yeah, and the flavors aren't as rich as I remember.
But there are some really nice like leathery and tobacco flavors, which I think is from the barrel, and there's like charry woodiness alongside like a lot of barrel vanilla. Yeah. And besides that, it has that cinnamon roll thing, big time chocolate, and then a bit of soft chili. But it's really good. Like you can't complain. But we're just being picky at the moment because we've just been drinking so much crazy.
Also, just because it's not quite as good as Mamang or Society de Chêne. aka Vanilla Maman-esque, but yeah.
I know this is like barrel aged and all, but I'm actually gonna score this the same as Ambiente. I think like 96. I think it's really good. It's world class barrel aged beer, but even though that beer wasn't barrel aged, it just more rich and deep than compared to this.
Yeah, but this is a bit more complex. So
it's a bit more complex. Yeah, that's true, but it's just lacking like the heft and depth. Yeah. But that's also because it's been in a barrel, and it's definitely much better than like the last time we had a bottle of a regular Abraxas. Yeah. So. I mean, it's still a phenomenal barrel aged beer, but I would have loved to try some of the older vintages of this when they were fresh. Yeah. Like, I think now older vintage Abraxas are still probably really good, but they're probably not that, like, crazy. Like, they must have been, gone a bit oxidized and whatnot by now.
But we've seen older Abraxas actually age quite well. So it could be that, like, a 17 or 18 barrel aged Abraxas is still pretty damn crazy. So probably not maybe as good as when fresh, but my bet is that they are probably still better than this.
It's quite coating, even though it's not just like crazy thick.
I love it's still silky and
I love that cinnamon swirl kind of bourbon fudge heft to it. Yeah. There's also like a little bit of that almost like green or red sugar coated kind of caramelized red apple thing you sometimes get from bourbon. Like paired with the cinnamon, like apple strudel or something like that. Yeah. But 96 world class. But I prefer Mamang and CDC. Yeah. Society de Chêne. Those were really crazy good. This is also crazy good, but they were just notches higher.
Yeah, I gave Ambiente a 95, so I'll tie this with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it a small 96 and I'll tie it with that. So like early world class.
Yeah. I agree. It's early world class, but I think to me, Mamang and Society de Chêne are a few grades above this
because they are just more complex and everything.
And also a bigger body, more rich. So they were thicker. And,
But what was the last vintage we had of Abraxas? Was that 20 or was it 19?
I can't remember, to be honest.
But if this is a 20 release, it must be the 19 vintage.
Yeah.
So this is probably, and I think it was 19 maybe.
It was the 19. We were like, actually at the carnival share.
It was?
Last year. To this day.
It was? Yeah. And now we're drinking the same beer barrel aged? I mean, it's impressive that we jumped from 90 to 95, so that's 96.
Yeah.
But I won't say I'm disappointed because this was really what I expected.
I think it's a very nice beer.
It's a world class beer, and it was what I expected from Abraxas barrel age, from what I've heard from newer vintages. Yeah. But I just wish they'd get back to doing it very much like they did back in the day. But this, like having Ambiente earlier, really makes me want to try the barrel aged version of that because that must just encompass a whole lot more.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
And everything. But very very good. Still super stoked that Nate sent this over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome to try. So, if you guys have been lucky enough to try a bottle of the Bourbon Barrel Aged Abraxas from 2020 by Perennial, let us know what you thought of it. A really, really good beer. Last Perennial beer for now. And second to last beer from Nate.
Yeah.
One beer left.
And the basis.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. We'll see when we try that. But very, very nice stuff. Worth a shot. Yeah, trade for it. Yeah, because it's not crazy expensive to get a hold of. nowadays. So yeah, if you guys have this, let us know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notification about videos. And we're gonna say cheers.
Cheers.
See you guys in the beer review.